you teach your dog leave it, we first start by taking a handful of treats, and I'm talking high value treats, right? I have hot dogs, you could use cheese sticks, you could use chicken, you could use meatballs, but we're not talking kibble here. We're talking something the dog really wants. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have them in both hands. I have 2 pieces of hot dogs in each hand. And I'm gonna go right up to the dog's nose with my hand and say, leave it 1 time. Yes, good, leave it. Yes, good, leave it. Anytime the dog comes off my hand, even the littlest bit, he's kind of hovering, I want to mark and reward him. Yes, that was the best one I've seen yet. So I'm gonna switch hands there. Gave it to him from the other hand. Same thing, leave it. This is a hover, right? Like he's staring, he's like, move your fingers, lady. Yes. So he doesn't know what my yes is for, you can tell. Yes, there we go. He had just finished licking my hand when I said yes, so he was like, wait, was it the lick? And I love watching a dog think, right? It's the coolest thing. Let me move this way so you can see him a little bit more. Leave it. Yes. 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 Now he's being very polite, right? A lot of puppies are mulling my hand at this point. They're like, give me the treat inside. And I'm ignoring everything I can that doesn't hurt too bad. I'm ignoring everything I can. Now, if you have a very forward dog like this and you want him to kind of go back a little bit on his kind of haunches, what I'm going to do is toss him his next treat where I want him to be. Leave it. Kai, look. Yes! Not bad. I dropped that one on the floor. There you go. So I want him to kind of lean back a little bit. I know, freebie. And so, yes. I took your chair away, didn't I? Okay, so now I'm going to make it a little harder. I'm going to put the treat down on the ground or on the platform right in front of him. Leave it. And cup my hand over it. Yes. Match this carpet really good. Leave it. Yes. Dog's first language is body language. Their second language is sounds. Third language is verbal. If I want to get his attention faster than anything, I'm going to use sounds. And with leave it, I'll a lot of times just throw, I'm going to use it in a second, so I'm just waiting. Pull my body away a little bit. Yes, good look. That was a good, So I'm going to use and I'm going to escalate it and quicken it as he gets closer and closer. Leave it. My leave it hand signal is 2 fingers in front of something. Leave it. Yes. This is called stacking behaviors. We have a leave it behavior going on, and I asked him for a look at the same time. I'm going to treat him where I want him. Good choice. Great choice. I'd still call this a sophomore level leave it. He obviously knows what's expected of him, but I feel like if I walk too far away right now, he would totally nail it. And I'm certain I'd have to give him reminders. So what I'm going to do is just expand our space. Now, just wanted to turn that way so I could see it. Any coping mechanism that he puts into place that doesn't include eating that treat, I'm going to reward him for. So if he gets up and comes to me, if he sits, if he does anything, and you can tell this is the reason this exercise is a great exercise to physically or to mentally tire a dog out. I recommend the leave it exercise 10 minutes a day for a dog. Look at Kai. He has not stopped moving his eyes once, right? He is so close to that, and he's like, how do I get this? How do I get this? Look away from it. How do I get this? Now, what I want to do is start looking a little preoccupied, right? So that he thinks he can get it. I don't want to be staring at it. It's kind of like one eye on it and one eye not. A lot of times as I'm doing this behavior, I might be working in the kitchen and I'll have a treat. Good choice. Good choice. And I'll have a treat on the ground. And just gonna mark him again where I want him. Yes. There's nobody here. They're barking, but there's nobody. Now, an off point. Chaos makes dogs think they can get away with it. So if all the dogs here, if I let all the dogs in really quick, he'd eat that in a second. If I bring any kind of level, so we call it in dog training the triple D, right? Distance, distraction, and duration. The 3 Ds we need in place to get my dog from sophomore level to senior level. Distance, my distance from him, his distance from the treat, all these kind of distance things, right? The farther I'm away, you know, he knows he can get it faster than I can, but will he, right? Duration, the longer and longer I want to let this go. Now, like I said, dogs have a very short attention span, so 10 minutes is a long, long time, which is why this exercise tires them out so much. They're like paying attention to it the whole time for 10 minutes. That's a long time for a dog, which is why you'll find them getting nice and tired after this little exercise. And then distance, duration, and distractions. If I let all the dogs in right now, if I was to throw a phone call maybe on speakerphone and there was a lot going on, or turn on something else, or drop something and get caught up with something, he's going to use that as an opportunity to eat it, right? And so how we get from sophomore level leave-its or touches or looks or any other behavior you want to senior level is by adding in those 3 Ds, the distractions, the durations, the distance. And I will say one of the biggest distractions most dogs struggle with is dogs. Dogs are a big distraction, right? Dogs are competition. If dogs came in here, he would immediately either growl at them or eat the food to make sure they knew it was his. Now remember, when you're doing leave-its, never say, okay, you can have it. We never want to do that, because for my leave-its, leave-it means don't ever interact with it. And if I say at some point, okay, go ahead and get it, dogs are smart, and they're going to be like, you're going to give it to me anyway. I use leave-it for the pill you drop on the ground that you don't want your dog to get, for the cat, for the neighbor who hates dogs, for the dog that you don't want to deal with, for whatever's on the trail that you don't want them to eat. Leave it. Leave it, leave it, leave it. And it's a no-nonsense leave it, right? But if I start saying, okay, go ahead and get it, my leave it's going to have less and less value, because they're going to say, you're going to give it to me anyway, so let me just grab it, especially if you get distracted during your leave it's. And so I always recommend you pick up your leave it and give the dog a treat separate from the leave it that you picked up, so it's not telling them, okay, you can go ahead and have it.